Hey guys, it's Billy from 58, and it's good to see you guys again. I know it's been a while, but I had some changes in my life the past few months. I moved from Brooklyn to Colorado, went through a breakup after 9 years being together, and so I completely changed my reality these past few months, and I'm sure a lot of you have had similar experiences due to this energy and how reality is kind of changing for ourselves and our minds. But I love doing these navigating reality videos, and unfortunately you won't see Bonsai with me in these videos because I had to leave him in Brooklyn with my ex, but he's being totally well taken care of and treated in the exact same way I would have if he was with me. I've had to learn a lot these past few months about letting go and about how change is a part of creation, and letting go is one of those changes that you have to experience in order to transform. And as hard as it was, I know it was for the best. It was a mutual breakup. Nothing really escalated to the point where it just wasn't working. It was just a time for both of us that we needed to change. And unfortunately, I had to let go of Bonsai, which was very hard. And it's still hard because, as you know, letting go of a pet and a little bundle of love is very hard to let go. And I've always felt a pull to move to Colorado for the past few years. I don't know why. Just following my intuitive feelings and emotions right now to gauge where my next journey is heading, and this adventure that I'm on. And so far, so many things have been manifesting for me that I couldn't even imagine how amazing and wonderful things have been so far. I've manifested a new car. I manifested a job to pay for all my moving expenses, and found a new place to live with a great client and now new friend that is helping me get settled and figure out my next steps. That's a short and sweet version of kind of catching up to where I am right now. And since I've been here, I've expanded in so many ways, and I'm doing all these videos about the esoteric symbolism in movies to help describe all these complex spiritual teachings that I have been attaining and attracting these past few months. I just finished the esoteric symbolism film about Dune and about the unfoldment of the soul and into the divine mind. I hope you guys can check it out. It'll definitely elevate and expand your level of consciousness and help you to receive that level of divine mind, so you can understand the process of transmutation that I didn't really know until it happened to me. So I had a lot of things experienced in my life that kind of fell apart, and it was a part of the process of this transmutation where the old cells of your body have to die in order for new ones to evolve and come into being. So I didn't really know it until I experienced it. And then once I experienced it, I had the knowledge to then understand it and to explain what I was going through. So hopefully this will at least give you a little preparation to why these high vibrations of the sun is coming to hit us, and why the old cells of the body are dying. And so you might experience that as a manifestation of a cold, a sore throat, achiness, and anything that might come with the changing and evolution of the human body into a more lighter state of being. And the point is to not fight it, is to just go through the process, no matter how painful or scary it might be. It's these higher vibrations affecting the body, and the body does not want to change, so it will fight. And because its attention is not on this comfort or this level of being, it has to change. So like everything else that is forced to change, it might not want to go through it in a comforting way. It might be very discomforting for a little bit.
What are you talking about? What is happening to me?
You are the one, Neo.
That's why it's very important to be aware of this process and these changes, because, as you know, the ego that reflects in our reality, like the government and politics and the news, wants you to believe it's some horrible illness called COVID.
You have the look of a man who accepts what he sees because he is expecting to wake up. Ironically, this is not far from the truth.
And again, these are my beliefs. I'm not trying to get you to believe what I believe. I'm just trying to educate and share the knowledge that I'm attaining that might help you feel a little bit more relaxed and less stressed and fearful during these times.
Please, Neo, you have to trust me.
Why?
Because you have been down there, Neo. You know that road. You know exactly where it ends. And I know that's not where you want to be.
And the thing that I think is very important to realize in this spiritual journey is it's all about conquering your ego. And there's so many of us that are controlled and manipulated because of this ego that hides in spirituality and in the mind.
Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad.
So you have to be very aware of yourself and the beliefs that you have and the thoughts that you put your attention on, because they're limiting and controlling and manipulating and make your energy feel low. Then that is the ego.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
Because the ego, as I like to explain it, it's artificial intelligence, because it's not organic, it's not real. It's an illusionary concept that exists in your mind. We feed it when we put our attention on negative thoughts and beliefs.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
And the thing that you have to realize, especially if you watch my Dune esoteric symbolism video, is that our intellect and ego has to die in order for our intuition and our heart and soul unfoldment to happen in our lives. And this is a process that not many have the courage to take. I definitely feel like I had to really, really, really believe in myself, and because of attaining this knowledge, I had a little bit more of a support system in myself, because I knew this is what you have to go through in order to attain a new state of consciousness. So this is what we all are experiencing on a micro level, is this idea of attaining a new state of consciousness, but the old cells of that older limited state of consciousness has to die.
You have to let it all go, Neo. Fear, doubt, and disbelief. Free your mind.
And it's very uncomfortable. You have to have a lot of courage and perseverance to get to this new state of consciousness where anything is possible, and when you follow your heart and you aren't allowing any thought of limitation or doubt in the mind, because the ego is doubt.
What are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no one. We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are the gatekeepers. They are guarding all the doors, they are holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them.
Someone.
I won't lie to you, Neo. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, everyone who has fought an agent has died. But where they have failed, you will succeed.
Why?
I've seen an agent punch through a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be.
Anything that you receive in terms of thought in a limited reality, you're not forced to believe it or concentrate on it. And that's the thing. A lot of us feel victimized by what's happening in the world, but the ego is the one that's feeling victimized. The ego is the one that's feeling this fear, not the real self, which is your consciousness and energy. So these next few films that I'm going to make is all about becoming aware of your ego, and how when you're unaware of it, you become a projection, which is like a NPC or a background player in a video game, which I'm going to talk about in the film Free Guy, and then the film Shang-Chi, which is becoming aware of your own ego, and how the father in films represent the mind, and this lower mind, this lower warlike, psychotic, and narcissistic mind that we inherit as a human because it's part of a spiritual process to understand what it is to be God and to experience love. And so we have to experience the lack of it in order to fully appreciate what it is. And these films that I'm doing, from Shang-Chi, Free Guy, Eternals, and Avatar, and the one I just did, Dune, these will definitely elevate your state of consciousness and get to a place of happiness and joy that this fear is hiding from you. And once you release that fear, kind of like in Finding Nemo.
You think you could do these things, but you can't, Nemo!
Okay.
Doreen!
He says it's time to let go. Everything's gonna be all right.
How do you know? How do you know something bad isn't gonna happen?
I don't.
You have to release any doubt and any worry about things going wrong and follow your intuition, because it only goes wrong because you believe it. And that's what the spiritual journey is about, is to focus on the second attention, which is the unseen aspects of ourselves, or our psyche, of our consciousness and energy, so then you can become more aware of yourself and the things that hold you back, which are these negative thoughts and beliefs.
Dad, I know what to do.
Nemo, no!
We have to tell all the fish to swim down together.
Get out of there
I
now!
know this will work.
No, I am not gonna lose you again!
Dad, there's no time. It's the only way we can save Dory. I can do this.
You're right. I know you can.
Lucky Finn!
Now go! Hurry!
Tell all the fish to swim down!
Well, you heard my son?
And it's so hard to let those go, these attachments, because it becomes like an addiction. You're addicted to these negative beliefs, and that you hold on to them so much because that's your comfort level. So you have to let go all these limiting beliefs and realities in order for you to experience unlimited beliefs and realities and thoughts. And then you begin to receive thought, kind of like how explained in the esoteric film, symbolism film of Tenet, where he's shooting the bullets, and instead of shooting them, he's receiving them.
Why does it feel so strange?
You're not shooting the bullet. You're catching it.
Whoa.
And that's what you have to think of new thoughts, is that we're not creating thoughts, we're receiving them. And if we're receiving thoughts of doubt and worry and limitation, then those are thoughts of the ego and not the true self. And we have to detach from thought and beliefs like addictions so we can fully experience our unlimited creative nature. And these films, I hope that if you want to attain a new level of consciousness and freedom, that these films can definitely support you on that path. And I'm always here. If you join my 58 membership for $25 a month, I'm starting a Telegram group, which is an app like text messaging, where you can ask me a question. We can all, as a community and group, be in touch with each other and help each other grow and ask questions to become more aware of ourselves and what we're experiencing in the world. Because what we experience in reality is what you allow and focus on in the mind. And you have to realize that the thing that we're all dealing with is ending the separation from mind and reality. Whatever you experience in reality is because you thought it, believed it, and agreed to it as an experience, because you send that energy to your body to then experience. And this process is becoming aware of that, and becoming aware where you fight that unlimited nature of yourself, and why you like to be in a lower state of consciousness than a higher state of consciousness is because it's a habitual way that we live in reality, and that we have to disconnect from that in order to really ascend and become a part of our true nature, which is nature itself. And seeing the good and bad and everything is just a part of balance and a part of creation. And so thank you guys again for supporting me, my work, and working on yourselves and becoming a part of this new reality that is being created through this chaos and this new energy that we're all receiving. And I hope to continue making content to give you a little bit more awareness to what's going on, what you're experiencing, and to have less fear in your life, because fear is the ego and is not the true self. So if you feel fear, then we have to just learn to ride it and to experience it, and to not be afraid of our own selves. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you conquer your limited self, to ride the fear like in Dune when they're riding the sandworms, and to know that it is a part of us, but it can also be turned into excitement when you are aware of it, and you can be at one with it rather than seeing separate from you. And that's the whole part of this process, and why I'm here is to help share this knowledge to empower your life, that you remember who you are and why you're here, and you have a purpose, and it's greater than all these limited thoughts and beliefs that exist in our head and try to control us. But we are the space in between all that, and you have to really, really want to change and really, really tap into your intuition, which is like Dory in the Pixar films, and just keep swimming, just keep going, because in the end we will be given a new reality that is beyond our imagination, kind of like at the end of Free Guy, where it's just unlimited creative ability without anything limiting us besides experiencing ourselves and what we can create in the mind, because we are one with ourselves. We have no separation of mind and reality. And so thank you guys again so much for supporting me. I know I'm going through changes, and I know everyone else is, as we definitely are experiencing it in this reality, but I'm going to continue to keep creating content to empower us and to build a community that is going to shape this new reality, because we are fully aware of ourselves, and that we are knights of consciousness because we have conquered and become it one with our dragon and this ego that is slowly dying because of this new energy, and then it projects itself into our reality as lack and limitation because it's trying to take us with us. But we don't have to put our attention on that. We can focus on this new reality and what we want to create, because just like a sport, if we aren't given some kind of opponent to push us and to think greater, then that's why it's been created, to help us see beyond our limits and to see what we're fully capable of. And that's why I'm fully committed to making this content, and I'm so excited about this new reality because I can feel it, I can see it. And I've been having dreams of, I believe, my future and what multidimensional self is trying to communicate with me in this content to slowly help my soul unfold, so then people can see a real life person experiencing this spiritual realization and unfoldment, rather than being distracted with the news and what's going on in the world, the illusions of this ego reality, because there is another reality waiting for us that's hidden behind this matrix, behind this illusion of the ego that is just like the end of Free Guy.
You see that? Right there.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Antoine hid our original build past the horizon, making it invisible, but he forgot to scrub the reflections. It's still out there, Guy. We just can't see it.
Where anything is possible because we are at a state where we know that and fully conceive everything in the mind that we are going to then experience in reality. So yeah, I'm excited. And thank you guys again for watching, and feel free to join my membership, and I will be sending out this new Telegram text messaging group and community to help us to basically support you 24/7 and to share what's going on with us so we can become more aware of our ego and how that's controlling our energy, and become aware that we can just let it go. Let go of the thoughts, let go of the beliefs. Just like an addiction, we have to slowly get out of that addiction and realize that there's such a greater reality waiting for us once we make that choice and commitment. So thank you guys again for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.